All right, so my guys for the past 3 years have gone out and got wood every single day for our fire burning needs. We need to keep in mind we use wood stove for cooking, heating water year round, 365 days a year. We have no electric stove, we have no propane stove. So we go through a lot more wood than the average person. Even those that burn wood year round or full time, even those that burn wood full time for the winter, the colder months. Now, with that said, I have watched my men, especially Ron, because he's usually the one doing it, as he does not like to expect the older boys to do it. They at that point in time, they can, run the shop, which is easier than doing the wood. But he's going to be 58 this year, and he's in a lot better shape than most 40-year-olds. But he's got a lot of health problems that he's had for years. He's got a back problem, 2 back surgeries, and he's hurt his back yet again last week. He's got a feet problem, kind of like an old horse. But we decided this year that we were going to try to do more than just supplement, which we did last year at the end of the season. We went ahead and did some of the bricks from TSC, but they weren't economical at all. So we went to a local sawmill just last week, and we thought we actually had it together that we were going to do bunk firewood. We've done bunk wood before, which is technically the cutoffs. It's the barky, woody part of logs. They turn into either dimensional lumber or they keep them logs. So we just get the cutoffs from there. It's usually pretty economical. However, we spoke to one person who told us that no problem, we could do this. Call back to the guy that will set up delivery. And he was not so optimistic. The delivery, we found out the other day, was going to cost us more than the lumber itself. So we went ahead and had Are you following me? He's following me. Technically a dump truck of wood, and we will stack it because we've done dump trucks before years ago, and they end up being just a little over 2 face cords. And a true cord of wood is 3 face cords, and it doesn't matter, especially since wood has gone up from $160 from what we bought years ago to $275 for a truckload up here. We're doing this because we really busy with work. Work has really just come in at a full force. And we're going to actually get a semi truck of logs. How many face cords did they say that was?
One truck is 10 cords.
So 10 cords. It's green, and that's okay because we got enough dried out in the forest that we can supplement with to get it to burn correctly. We don't mind burning some green wood. Can't burn all green, of course. But I don't know. $275. That's a hard one to swallow.
I didn't imagine it being
What?
this much. I imagine it being more.
If any of the logs they bring are like this wood, RJ will die and go to heaven because it's oak.
It's oak, okay. All right, we've been burning maple. It's what we have in the forest.
And there's a mixture in there, but there's a lot of oak. Your want for wood is no more.
At least for 2 weeks.
Hopefully longer than that.
Hey, I found
Put in a
one.
couple of posts and let the kids start stacking it up.
That might not be all bad. Needs to be what for a face cord?
4x4x8. Face cord?
Or for a cord?
4x4x8.
4x4x8. I don't see it happening.
Like I said the other. Crazy OLDSTEADER. Crazy OLDSTEADER!
Like you said what?
Well, yes, a cord, a true cord is 4 feet wide, 4 feet high, and 8 feet long. But it seems like over the years it's gone down to like 36 inches wide.
And it's not a true cord.
No, but it's like the cord of wood has gone, instead of 3 face cords, down to 2 face cords, which is kind of the acceptable.
I don't accept it.
whatever.
Not when we're paying $275 for it. I do not accept it.
And just keep in mind, he charges $300 to deliver.
I know. Well,
So-
but then the point is.
So we
is
actually got
don't-
this free.
Right.
We did?
No. Not even a little. Okay, so we're gonna get a log in, or a log truck in.
He thought there shouldn't be a problem with him getting the truck in here.
Where would they want to put it? What do we have to move in order for him to put it in here?
Everything.
What do we have to move?
Everything.
What does he want moved?
Everything.
Can you be more precise?
Everything.
But we can't move the trailer because I think the trailer would fall apart if you moved it.
Well, all the skids and the trampoline and stuff would need to go.
Okay.
Which is no big
So
deal.
the
The
hay's
cargo
about
trailer.
gone. We need to replenish our hay anyways.
Cargo trailer would probably just go back.
Yeah, because we don't use that regularly.
And get this out of here.
And
We thought the log truck he may be able to swing it right in here. Mm-hmm.
and put it right in our walkway here.
There.
Ah, yeah.
He thought we'd probably be able to get 2 truckloads if we wanted.
Only if they give us a discount. $1,200. 10 cords of wood, green.
You did say something about
But we're all going, wow, for next year.
Mama.
Okay, but what about this year?
Could your son scare me?
We're all going, brrr.
So let's talk about your back. I was telling the camera, the viewers, that you guys have spent 3 years hauling through blizzards, and we get average 17 foot of snow. Now I know that it doesn't look like 17 foot of snow at one, because it gets blown around, it gets shoveled and stuff. But you guys, we usually, like this tree right here, by the time, let's see, yep, by the time winter has been at its height, we are walking that far above the snow levels, and it's hard to believe if you've never experienced it.
It's weird.
It is a strange feeling, but so when they're walking through the woods, it's not just a matter of going out and harvesting this wood. They are cutting 4 or 5 foot above ground level, and which means that where there's a soft spot, they often fall through. It's just not a clean walk out to the woods and cut it. You are struggling to get through the snow without, and underneath the snow is water.
And we don't, but we should. As far as getting out and possibly getting back, use snowshoes.
Well,
You know,
now, in all fairness, in the past couple of years, when we moved up here, our business was stable at an expected income. And the second, into the first, through the second, and beginning of the third, our business, the sales had decreased. We were struggling in many ways. We still have our property down south. We were trying to keep the bills paid. So necessities are prioritized. And those snowshoes are a necessity for what they do. So are winter boots and winter clothing. What?
I'm sorry. We had a tree, small tree snap off last night.
I thought,
See it?
the kids pointed that out
that?
to me
Yeah. And-
this
and
morning, but I
rock,
thought that was one that was already down.
No.
I could have swore. I said, oh.
No, we had that one, the one that's gone right there.
No, the one that's bent in half.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, we had a lot of wind last night. A lot. Yeah, the kids pointed that out as we were walking through earlier, and I said to myself, yeah, that's been like that.
I didn't notice that till just now.
At any rate, not to give a boo-hoo story, but we're just like anybody else. We have to prioritize, and keeping the equipment in optimal, running order and stuff. All that stuff took priority. So snowshoes were not. They just weren't.
They just weren't. Well, snowshoes.
Those aren't the boots. These are
No.
just regular chore boots.
Yeah,
We get.
yeah.
They each get a pair of Arctic muck
Ice.
boots, Arctic ice muck boots, and to shoe these guys, it's about That's about $600 a season, and they make it a season. That's it. So at any rate, the point is you got to prioritize. Someone from the outside can say, well, why don't you do this or why don't you do that? Because you can't always do everything that seems obvious. And like right now, our business has kind of exploded back to where we left it off a few years ago, which is great.
Yeah.
On the other hand, because of the past couple years we've had to catch up. And though we've kept the equipment we've had in running order, it's had a lot of mileage on it.
Right.
This past 10 days, I had made mention on the last post, our first and last post on our YouTube channel, that we've taken a 10-day break, intentionally yet not intentionally. But we had to go buy a new chainsaw. And we bought 2 new chop saws. What else? We've had to decide about what we're doing for wood for
Moisture reader.
Moisture reader, all these things that kind of, they add up. So, but God's timing's perfect. So now with Ron has hurt his back yet again. He's a chronic back pain patient, but sometimes, most of the time you've learned how to deal with it. You learn how to just to deal with it. But when you hurt it,
Like he's gonna do that.
excuse me. It definitely creates a whole nother realm of things to have to prioritize and figure out, and firewood is definitely one of them. Our original plan, I was telling everybody earlier when I was walking up there, our original plan had been snafu'd by what we thought we could get away with, or what we were told pricing would be, and then they threw in a completely different delivery fee. So, and it's not that we don't have woods. We have plenty of firewood. It's time and manpower.
Yep.
So one of the OLDSTEADER problems. All right, so that's our video for the day. Simply firewood, and you do what you have to do. And sometimes it's just not always the perfect plan. I was telling Ron earlier, I know you wouldn't know it, but we're actually quite the romantic couple. And I think that's because we think about our life, and our life has not been perfect, but we've had the perfect life, and that's the way plans go. There's the perfect plan, and you haul firewood, you get it all set up and cut and split, and you're ready for the winter, and you don't have to worry about leaving. That's the perfect plan, for firewood. You can't always do that, though, when life isn't perfect. But if you have the perfect life, you just find the options you have to, and you create the scenario you need so that your family's warm and fed, and just praise God all the way through it. That's what it is. It's praising God all the way through it and learning to roll with those punches. Again, it's an OLDSTEADER thing. You do what you gotta do, right? All right, well, that's it. I'm gonna get this video into the editing room and get it up on YouTube. Y'all have a great evening. We'll talk to you later. God bless.